different times of the day. And so for me personally, I just want to thank you. I do want to say that we're going to announce Saturday trainings from now on. Like, I'm not going to do them every Saturday because of this new schedule and moving and trying to do things in a different way. So we'll announce when I'm going to have a Saturday training, and you guys can spread the word. And I promise we'll try to announce it early, like to give you a week, in advance, so you know what's going on, so it's not a surprise. Do thank you for your patience and all it goes with it. Hey, I want to talk today, and it's so good to see you. I want to talk today about three power components to being a successful network marketer. There are three major components that every marketer, especially network marketer, MLM, or if you want to call it direct sales, however you want to term the industry that we're in. And I'm excited to share it with you. As I've been traveling, the one thing that is really interesting to me is network marketers, we got our own stride. Doesn't matter what country you're from, doesn't matter where you're at in the world, we've got our own stride. It's an entrepreneurial mindset that makes us want to do something different than the norm. It is people who are interested in making money. It is interested in making a change in their life and their lifestyle, depending on their products, their health and wellness, or whatever their product represents. Um, I was talking with a multi-billion-dollar business in Germany, and speaking with them, just matter of factly, and talking through some things. Some friends of mine are there, and they said that, they were talking to me, and they said, Scott, you taught us these three principles, and it made a change in our business. It made a real change in our business. The main principle, many of you have heard me talk it over and over and over and over again. There's a reason that I do it. It does get old. It does get a little like, yeah, 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 we've heard it before, but I want to make sure that this is straightforward and to the point. We must, number one, keep this business simple. As soon as this business becomes complex, it becomes unattainable. For example, if I right now said, for the group of you that are on here, hey, today we're going to be talking about trigonometry, that might be unattainable for most of you on here. Okay. It would be unattainable for me because I don't do trig. Sorry, I don't do it. I don't want to do it. I never wanted to do it. I avoided it. Okay. I took other classes so I didn't have to take it. The truth is that as soon as you make something so complex, as soon as you make it so difficult that it can't be done, then it can't be done. If I tell you that you have to go sign up 10 people a week, you're going to fail. Period. Now, could you personally sign up 10 people a week? Well, I don't know. Maybe you just go crazy and go do it, and so on and so forth. In my career of 35 plus years now, I can tell you I have met maybe two people that signed up 10 people a week, and they might have done that for, man, 3
Mhm.
months, and they were superstars. Okay? The problem is that their business collapsed because they were teaching their teams, this is how you do it.
Mm.
It's just not doable. Now, a friend of mine, he was on the first African American bobsled team back in '92, I think it was, with Herschel Walker, Edwin Moses, and Willie Galt, all professional football players. And he's my best friend. His name's Greg Harrell. Great big mountain of a man, and he was the pusher. He was the guy who was at the back. He pushed. He was all power, right? All length and all power. He played professionally football as well, and was really magnificent. The truth is that if somebody said, "Hey, Scott, you got to do what Greg did," first of all, somebody get the ambulance ready because I don't
Mm.
care. In my youth, I couldn't have done what he did. He was a powerhouse and trained his whole life to do the thing that he did. Often, as network marketers, we get in a mindset of we know all these things. We've learned all these things. We've learned from this guru, that guru, this guru, that guru. Do you want me to teach you all those principles? Oh, I can. I got 1,000 hours under my belt of listening to everybody under the sun to the greatest lengths, dating all the way back to Zig Ziglar and going all the way into the future to our present day people. Nothing wrong with learning. I think the greatest learners are the greatest teachers. But the problem is that the next person I sign up can't learn all that. How do I start them? How do they get going? So that principle number 1 when you're keeping it simple is based on that 2-person sign up immediately. Show me a company that teaches everyone to go get 2 immediately. Everyone. It's hard. I'm not going to tell you it's not hard. It's hard to go get 2 people, just 2. 2 people that you trust, that trust you, that you know will stick with you for a while. Now, that is simple. That is ridiculously easy. In some people's mind, that's too easy. But you do that, I'll show you $1 billion company in 18 months. And I've done this over and over and over again. So the seriousness of this is real. It's real. Some of those places that I visited while I missed you were just in the same place that you are now. And now they're massively successful because they finally decided, you know what, we're going to boil all this down. We're going to stop with all the madness. There's a circle of information and it's confusion. And what do we do? And how do we do it? And we're supposed to do this. We're supposed to send them here. How we do it? Keep it easy. Keep it really simple. Talk to 2 people about this business and keep even your introduction of it short. Keep it short and simple. A very short, straightforward, simple introduction. Don't get into telling them everything that you know about blood types, everything that you know about all the products, everything that you know about the compensation. Don't get into all that. You can do that, but that is not step 1, ladies and gentlemen. That's not step 1. Step 1 is completely different than that. Step 1 is a simple thing. It's simple as it can be. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Simple. Let me get this teed up for you a little bit. Here's how simple it is for me. Hey, I'm involved in a company called Akana. It means in the hands of God. So, first of all, that aligns with me. If that doesn't align with you, then thanks for listening to this, and I'll talk to you later. What, too much? I'm sorry. This is my business. I want to make sure that the people that I bring to this business are people I can deal with. And then I say, I'm not going to tell you a lot. I just want to see if you have a level of interest. First of all, we got the most incredible products. They're health and wellness based products. People are losing weight. People are feeling good. People are finally getting healthy. People are doing some amazing things in their life that they didn't think they'd be able to do. It's the strongest product I've seen. We source our ingredients. We're very serious about doing it. We only pick the very best ingredients. We carefully formulate and make sure that it's done to the absolute highest level for your health, and people are getting results. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you some testimonials into a place that you can start to see more about it. Like I said, I don't want to get into a soliloquy right now about the whole thing, but I just want to tell you if you're looking for something, these products are as good as it gets. Our corporate team is incredible. They've got massive experience, over 120 years combined experience. They love people. This is important to me. A lot of companies don't have a C-suite of people that are running the show that love people. Our corporate team loves people, and our corporate team knows how to stay in their lane. They're not all over the place. They all have certain specialties, and they really, really dig in and go for it. So I'm very proud of our corporate team. Our compensation plan is designed to get money in your pocket fast so that you can literally get what you put into it back. And we got many, many ways to enter in, from a very low cost to a very bigger package, which is a very high, more of a high cost package, depending on where you want to come in and how much your belief is. Also, we constantly promote ourselves. I can promote myself over and over and over again by doing work and having others helping others do the same thing. My job really is to go out and find a couple people and get them interested in this business, get them started, and teach them to do the same thing. That's it. It's that easy. We're a marketing company first and foremost. And so we don't believe that everybody markets the same. I want to show you multiple ways. I'm going to get to know you a little bit, and I'm going to get it kind of help you out with your where your strengths are. And in the meantime, while we're learning that, all you need to do is find two interested people that trust you, that you trust. That's the business. Are you interested? If so, I'm going to send you some information, and I'm actually going to send you a video to watch and some other things that'll explain a lot. That, ladies and gentlemen, was my entire pitch. That was it. That was the whole shooting match. People say, "Oh, come on, that doesn't work. That didn't work, really. Really, it doesn't. That doesn't work at all." My team in another company that I haven't even visited the website in 5 years signed up 865 people last week. Doesn't work. Now you may say, "Oh, that's ridiculous. 865 people last week." No, it's not ridiculous at all. That was honestly, that was really about 400, 450 or so people going out and duplicating themselves one or two times, getting there too, which was previously just about 100 people duplicating themselves, which was previously about 50 people, which was previously 25 people, which was previously 12 people, which was previously 6 people, which was previously 3 people. Getting there too, teaching them, duplicating. It is not as hard as people make it out to be. Please, please don't overthink this. It was created for people who have a few relationships to develop those relationships in such a way that they would work together. You may say, "Well, I already burned those bridges." Well, go build them. Go build them back. Tell them, "Look, I got something. Please listen this time. I'm only going to pay attention." Do you know what I told a couple people the other day? I said, "Look, I'm not working with anybody but you and one other person. Just you two and one other person. Now I got a total of 3 of y'all. And I only have the other person by accident. They just called me up and said, 'Hey, what are you doing these days?' I couldn't help myself." So the truth is that this is the simple process. That presentation I just gave you, that didn't take me an hour. Now, the next time we talk, if that interest is there, oh yeah, we're going to talk. Now I want to go through some things with you. I want to get together with you. We want to do, yeah, now we're going to get into this a little bit. But first thing out of the gate. That was number 1. Keep it simple. Like that. Number 2. Oh, this is a doozy right here. This is a dandy. Back at our very first boot camp, I told a story about a little girl from Tennessee who was she was just this little 14-year-old kid. She was at my leadership camp, which is still going to this day, all these years later. Man, 35 years I think that thing is now, the Scott Reese Leadership Camp for high school and college students on the West Coast. I got a great staff over there. I fly in, wave, give a speech. It's a lot easier than it used to be. The truth is that I'll never forget, as long as I live, that little girl, she had a miserable performance on the field. It was music. We were doing marching and all that. My previous life as band director, marching and all this stuff going crazy out on the field. Well, she blanked, man. She freaked out. Long story short, I told that boot camp, this little girl was marching. She couldn't remember what to do. And they were marching towards the lake. Everybody else on the team, they had done their little squad competitions and they all finished. And this little girl with her squad of 6 was going right down towards the lake. And everybody got up from the stands. There's 350, 400 people there. And they ran out on the field and started following her out there, wondering when I was going to throw in the towel. I was the director of that camp. If I was just going to throw in the towel and be done with it. Well, they kept going. I couldn't help myself but to watch it. I couldn't help myself. There they go, marching down through the field. There they go. I'm just watching it. Before long, she hits the lake, man. She starts sploosh, 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 deeper and deeper, deeper. Before long, she's up to her knees, then up to her waist, then up to her chest. She's turning her head to keep from drowning. I pull the towel, getting ready to throw it. The squad behind her marched right in with her. They were all the way up to their chest, and she finally screamed in her Tennessee accent, little 14-year-old girl, y'all halt. And they stopped. And we all gave them a golf clap, wow, that's fun. And that was amazing. And everybody's like, cheer, yay. We all started walking back. Well, that's when my life changed. I heard a little 14-year-old voice call, about face, sploosh, sploosh. I was flabbergasted. Oh no, she wasn't going to let me define when she was done. She said, forward march, and out of the lake. They came up the field, over the hill, onto the daggone football field. She called left flank, right flank, brought them onto the 50-yard line and said, squad halt. Boom, boom. To this day, it goes down as a score of 0 disqualification, yet the most successful performance ever given at that camp or any other. Because it was about never give up, never quit. It's something that we preached there. It's something we talked there. It's something we taught. It's something that we tried to give people inspiration to do. And she exemplified it. She didn't give up. That is the second most important principle in network marketing, MLM, direct sales, whatever you want to define it as. Never, never, never give up. You keep trying. You keep digging. You keep pushing. You keep driving. You keep calling. You keep talking. You keep searching. You keep going. You don't stop. When you're in this business, you're in a people business, and you're in a business that you must continue to drive. Somebody said the other day, they said, oh, well, you can either do this spare time, you can do it part time, you can do it full time, or you can do it big time. Let me tell you what, big time takes big time dedication. Big time takes a mindset that says no matter what, you don't define when I stop. You don't define when I finish. You don't define. Nobody defines me. I define myself. Right now, you either have a millionaire mindset or you don't. Right now, you either have a tenacious spirit that says, I can, I will, I'm going to, and I'm in the process of. It isn't about what you are going to maybe do. It isn't about what you think you might accomplish. It is about who you are. Who are you? Maybe that definition is something you need to work on a little bit. Figure it out. You got in this for a reason. You have a mission. Now keep it simple and execute it. And don't stop. Don't be overwhelmed by all the confusion that's out there. Don't be overwhelmed by all this. Oh, but I gotta, man, I gotta do this. I gotta get this. Oh, I gotta get this done. Oh man, I got so many calls to make. Oh, it's just shh. I had a flat tire on my journey. I had a choice. I could sit there and do nothing, or I could do something about it. If I sit there and do nothing, my flat tire stays flat. Now, people may say, well, that's not much of a choice. Yeah, no, it is. It is a choice. Everything we do is a choice. So I decided to take action, get the thing fixed, get things taken care of as quickly as possible. We need to have this kind of an urgency about our business. It really is an important piece of information for you. It's a never quit, not going to stop, going to get it done mentality. If you have a millionaire mindset, if you have a success mindset, if you have a mindset that you're going to achieve, then all you got to do is set your trajectory and you'll get there. I'm embarrassed to say this, and I'm not going to tell you the year because it's going to give too much away. But I won a speech contest when I was in middle school in Future Farmers of America. Don't laugh. Everything I grow today, man, dies. So, not much of a farmer, but I was more interested in the livestock portion of it anyway. But the truth of it is, in middle school, I joined that club because it was something to do. Got my patch, got my jacket. I was so proud of myself. Future Farmers of America entered a speech contest, and I gave a speech. They gave us some scenarios, and I picked a speech about saving farmland. And I talked about how if they had here's an interstate that's going to cut through so many states, and here's how much farmland it's going to destroy. A 4 lane, 2 lanes this way, 2 lanes this way, interstate. Here's how much farmland that's going to take, and so on and so forth. And I proposed as a middle school student that if they could just move the interstate a quarter of an inch, one direction, just move it to start with, that it would go around much of that farmland and it would be such a gradual curve, no one would know the difference. It would save hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland and still get to its destination. It's about it's not about too many people have a dream and they want it to happen now. You heard the JG Wentworth commercial on TV? I want my money and I want it now. While I get that, we all do, there's a process. It's called trajectory. You got to start with the trajectory that points you in the proper direction. Sometimes it's an adjustment like this. This is all it is. That much of an adjustment in our course, in our path. Never give up. Understand it's going to take a minute. Go do what you do. Keep it simple so that the people can actually do what you're asking them to do and watch your business grow. Oh, it doesn't look like much at first. When they first started doing that interstate, people were like, good gravy. A quarter inch. Look at that stupid kid. 10 miles, you're going to be what? You're going to be over what? Few inches? Is that going to miss any farmland? 50 miles, 100 miles? What's the big deal? 200 miles? Hold on a second. 250? Whoa. 500? Good golly. It's called exponential growth. It's called network marketing. It's called compounding growth. It doesn't just look like this little quarter inch anymore when you start with 2 people. It goes to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256 to 512. Let's call it 500. It moves to 1,000 to 2,000. It moves to 4,000. It moves to 8,000 to 16,000 to 32,000 people to 64,000 people. Shall we go on 128,000 people to 250? Let's just call it 250,000 people to 500,000 people to 1,000,000 people to 2 million people. You say, it's impossible. Really? No, I've done it. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about it if I hadn't done it. Okay, you get the message. Number one, you guys remember the first thing I told you, right? The very first thing. You know what it is. Keep it simple. Stop with all the madness. People can't handle it. Give it to them straight. It's not trigonometry. It's simple math. Simple multiplication. right? Number two, never give up. Set your course and then stay to it. Don't stop. Don't get discouraged. Don't take 2 weeks off and say, it doesn't work. Yeah, it won't work if you don't go. If you don't do it, won't go. It won't work. But if you work, it works. I didn't say you always have success. I said you'll have some failures, but that's part of this. Talked to a fellow the other day as I was driving by and I stopped. I couldn't even believe it. He was already mowing his grass. It's March. It's March. He's making everybody look bad. He got out. He must have a fertile lawn. But I know him. I got out. I said, "Hey, man, you have a good day here. It's a good day." He says, "A good day for me. It's a bad day for the grass because I'm cutting it." I never really thought of it that way. Yeah, you're gonna have your good days. You're gonna have your bad days. You're gonna have successes and you're gonna have failures. That comes with this job. It comes with this. You got to go through those things. You got to take those no's. You got to walk past those. You got to keep going because the sales are out there. It's proven. It's mathematical. It's right. As I've said before on this training call, this is incredible when you think about it. An industry that's made more millionaires than any other industry on planet Earth. Why can't you be one? Number one, keep it simple. Number two, never give up. Don't let anything or anyone define your success. Define your own. And number three, remember I told you I was going to tell you three things. All great networkers have to have it. You're probably guessing in your mind right now what number three is. You're probably guessing stuff like a great company, great products, great this is great stuff, great stuff like that. This is going to sound ridiculous. I don't know how else to I don't know how else to put this in a capsule for you, but I'm going to do it. You got to have a great attitude. You got to love what you do. You can't act desperate. You can't act so hungry that it scares people. I was reading something once and it said, don't buy a shirt off a naked man. If you got to know what you're selling is shining all over your face. It's you're wearing it, you're looking at it. If they feel like you're desperate, you're in trouble, you're shaking and you're sweating and it it's not going to be attractive. They're going to be scared of you. If you don't look healthy, then how good are your products? If you don't have charisma and excitement, that mean you need to be a pro salesperson. You just need to love what you're doing. Don't be a MLM junkie. Pick a company, focus. Pick a company and focus. Oh man, I could feel some toes crunching on that one. How many churches do you attend? How many churches are you a member of? How many husbands or wives do you have all at once? This business takes commitment. This business, if you really want one of these businesses to go, you got to pay attention to it. You can't say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to feed this baby over here on Tuesdays. I'm going to feed this baby over here, my other child. I'm going to feed them on Wednesday. I'm going to feed this baby over here on Thursday. No, this business requires your attention. Now, I know that some businesses might complement the industry and so on. I get all that. I don't have an issue with that. But what I'm saying to you is is that if you want a business to be successful, you got to give it the proper attention, commitment, time, and you got to have a beautiful attitude about it. This guy said to me, he was talking about his business, and he said, "Ah, I mean, I, you know, it's okay. I'm trying to make it work." I was like, "Whoa, no, I don't think I'm gonna hook my wagon to that cat. I want somebody that says, I'm going places. You want to come? I'm doing this thing. You want to come along? I'm excited. Come on. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make $1 million a month. I'm committed to it. I'm gonna push for it. You want to be my first person in, or you want to be my number 1,000 or 2,000th person? Where do you want to be in the pecking order? You ready?" One of my buddies, long time ago, when I was a very young man, said to me, he said, "I'm going on this trip for spring break." And let me tell you, I didn't want to go. I did not want to go. It sounded stupid to me at first because he was staying up in a lodge up in the mountains someplace, and everybody else was going to the beach. Everybody else is going out to party on the sand. Everybody's going here. Everybody's going there. And I was like, I don't want to go to the lodge up in the mountains or whatever. I'm not interested. But he was so fired up and he was so excited. He was like, man, you're in or you're out. I'm telling you, you're going to miss. Nobody else was talking to me like that. Nobody else was saying to me, you can't the beach, the whoa, the sun, the sand. Nobody else was doing anything. He was saying, you can't, you're gonna miss out on this. Is gonna be the experience of a lifetime. Anybody can go to the beach. You can go to the beach anytime, but this is a once in a life. Well, I went. I went just because of his exuberance. I had the time of my life. It was a blast. We had the place to ourselves. I mean, literally to ourselves. I felt like king for a day. I mean, that whole lodge, that whole mansion, all us. Oh, it was a blast. It was so much fun. He was right. But you see, he didn't even know that. He couldn't even believe it. But he had such an attitude of success, such an attitude of excitement, such an he was effervescent. Like, it was so attractive. I couldn't turn it down. When you are effervescent, when you're excited, when you're just over the top about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you're excited about life, and you're excited about the company that's in your life and what it's going to do, man, everybody wants to be in. I told this story last Sunday from the pulpit. There's a lady named, well, I'm not going to name, I can't, I'm not going to say her name out loud, but bless her heart, man. Bless her sweetheart. It didn't matter when you ask her, it didn't matter what. But here she was in church. I walk up to her and say, "Hey, Mrs. So and so, how you doing today?" Here's the answer you get. "Oh Lord." Yeah, she'd tell you all her aches and pains and everything. All of a sudden, I was like, I was a kid. I was like, man, man, I don't want to be around this woman. That's the way my mind was. When you come across to people in a way that makes their life no better at all, you're not going to be good at this. But do you know I have a mission? Long before the sale, long before they join my company, long before anything like that happens, I have a mission. That's to make them feel good, to make them excited about life, to make them excited about the possibilities, and then offer them the vehicle that'll take them there. You got to have an attitude, man, a great attitude that you love what you're doing. You love it. 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 I love the people. I love the product. I love what it's doing for me, what's doing for my family. I love everything about this, the compensation plan and all that goes with it. I love how simple this is to people and help them do the same thing. I love how clean that is, how easy it is, how easy that math is, that multiplication. I love it. I love it. You have to be crazy not to do this. Come on. There you have it. Those are the three. Keep it simple. Stop with all the craziness. Quit with all the special things, all the piles of this and all the promises from funnels and all the promises from this thing and how to grow that business. Man, if those turkeys stuff really worked, they'd be making $1 zillion in network marketing. But instead, they're selling tools. What's that tell you? Keep it simple. Two, hey, look, Noah did it. If Noah can do it, we can all do it. God will help you. The truth is, number two in that craziness, keeping it simple. Number two, you already know what it is, right? Never give up. There's one sure way to fail in network marketing: give up. It's those who persevere. They win. They win. They will win. They will win. They will win. And number three, it's all about, do you love it? If you don't love it, find something you love. Okay. Don't do something you don't love. Put it on. Do it right and make it happen. That is it. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. And I see your comments and I love you for them. And I got news for you. It is that simple. It is. It is. Now, don't come off of this call and lose this right now that you feel. Because whether you know it or not, I just now pitched you. This is how I talk to somebody. This is how I love on people. This is how I make them feel because it is the way that I feel. I believe. Man, I'm so glad to see you all. Woo. Makes my heart patter a little bit. I got to be honest, it's good to be back home. Whoa, missed you. I was excited to be here with you today, and I thank you. Now we're going to announce. I'm going to get Dr. Ross to announce a Saturday that I'm going to be. Not going to be every Saturday that I can make it because I want to. I want to do some things for you, and it takes